Okay, so this is announced kinda. So it's in the works and it's putting a very sour taste in my mouth to say the least. So we'll get to that, and we'll also get to this Gaethje versus Hooker reportedly being announced, or not announced, but reportedly in the works, and then we'll also go over Alex Pereira being a little troll and what that means for the division and his future matchups going forward. Little quick video since UFC's still not around, and I'm struggling to come up with anything. But this is big. Conor McGregor's return happens to be the worst possible thing he could have ever done ever, in my opinion. Boxing Logan Paul in India. No quarrel with the Indian part, but Logan Paul. What? Why? There's no point in this at all. It's so irritating. I'm the biggest McGregor fanboy I have been since forever. I've been the biggest fan of McGregor for my entire time watching the UFC. I love this type, his like archetype for fighter as a fighter, like trash talking, insanely good striking. Those are my favorite type of fighters, and he kind of ushered in that type of like huge like striking personality into the UFC. He made the UFC huge, way bigger than it would have ever been without him. I love Conor McGregor, but oh my god, this is where I draw the line at this point. I was I've been delusional about Conor McGregor for a while now. I kept saying, "Oh, he smokes Chandler." I've been saying that. I've been saying that. Oh, he still wants to fight. It's just whatever this that whatever. I keep giving him excuses. This is just shit. Fighting Logan Paul in a boxing match is the definition of a hype killer. When he pulled out, I was like, "Oh, he pulled out because he wants a bigger matchup." I like that. Let's give him a bigger matchup. Let's give him a title shot. Fuck it. That was my mindset. Now, this is just so disappointing to me. And he didn't even pick, like, out of everybody he could have picked, he picked Logan Paul. Like, he could have, even Jake Paul is more interesting. Logan Paul literally has done nothing boxing wise of any importance for forever. He beat Dylan Dennis. Who gives a fuck? He lost to Floyd Mayweather. Who gives a fuck? If he was gonna box anyone, it would be Jake. That's also blasphemous and horrible. But at least that would have made a little bit of sense at all sense at all. I hate this so much. Logan Paul doesn't deserve this fight. McGregor is making the biggest mistake in my opinion. His like presence as a person is at an all-time low due to the court case, due to the not more than rumors of him doing a bunch of fucking drugs and partying and being just a dick and being crazy. And now this is just not what I wanted to see from Conor McGregor in order to have faith in his comeback in any way, shape, or form. I think this is kind of signing the death of Conor McGregor's career. In my opinion, this is bullshit. And I hate this matchup for him, to be honest. He's the one of the greatest strikers in MMA history, in my opinion. I'm glazing. His prime was, in my opinion. Now, I've seen him on the pads now. He's not the same guy he used to be. Logan Paul is fucking huge. Conor McGregor's been doing anything but training, it seems. Which I used to not believe. I used to think he was, like, trolling everybody. But now I can't have faith in him anymore. And if he loses to Logan Paul, that's it for him. For just, it would ruin anything, any hope he has left of making a name for himself in fighting going forward. And it would diminish his already built up name drastically, in my opinion. This is the worst possible opponent. Because it's very losable is the worst part for McGregor. This fight is losable. If he does beat Logan Paul, that's not even like this fight is it's a lose-lose. He beats Logan Paul, he beats Logan Paul. He's supposed to beat Logan Paul. Logan Paul's shit. If he loses Logan Paul, he's shit. There's no win. I don't get this. Besides the money, I guess. But pick a different opponent. You're McGregor. You can pick opponents. Why Logan? It doesn't make any sense. And I hate Logan Paul so much. So, I if this does happen in India, I really hope McGregor wins. And if he does win, it'll put his name, I guess, back into the universe of fighting, I guess, and get people talking about him again. But I feel like he could do it in so many different ways. He's still, in my opinion, one of the, if not the biggest personality in fighting still. He just has to do a little bit of fighting, and this is not it. But yeah, that's my rant for this fight. It's bullshit. I hate it. And I hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, I really hope Conor wins. But at 5'9", with what he's been going through, I doubt it. And then we have this. Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. I really don't like this for Gaethje due to some factors. First off, I think Dan Hooker's a little bit more technical than Gaethje. They're both very chaos-oriented fighters. They like brawling a lot, which will make this fight fucking awesome. But it will also leave room for a nasty finish. And in my opinion, finishing potential-wise going into this fight, I'm taking Dan Hooker, especially since Justin Gaethje's just been flatline KO'd by Max Holloway. Someone you would say doesn't have a lot of punch power. In my opinion, Max Holloway doesn't have a lot. I know it was a 5-round demolishing as well, but I think if anybody's getting finished, I think it's Gaethje. I think if anybody's a little bit worse technically, I think it's Gaethje. I think if anybody has the momentum going forward after the last couple fights, it's Dan Hooker. So I don't like this for Justin Gaethje. It'll probably be his retirement fight. He'll probably be done after this. I would not be surprised at all if he just retires. Dan Hooker is on his way. He's kind of having belt aspirations a little bit, is what it seems. He's climbing up the rankings very well. He's on a streak. I see him beating Justin Gaethje by finish at this point. Sadly for Gaethje, I like Gaethje a lot, but I do think Dan Hooker will be able to get this one done. Yeah, that's my thoughts about that fight. Next. Pereira is being weird. So Pereira's saying that if his next title defense won't be Ankalaev. He could be trolling. He's probably trolling. But if he's not trolling, what does that leave? It leaves possibly a heavyweight journey. A journey to the heavyweight division where he would most likely, in my opinion, fight the number one contender in Ciryl Gane. I think that's very winnable for Pereira if they do decide to do that. I like that fight for him. And I like that fight hype-wise because it would build a potential super fight between the winner of Jones-Aspinall and Pereira-Ciryl Gane. This is just me fantasizing over here, but I like that a lot if that does happen. It probably won't, but if it does, that would be a sick way to do that, to introduce him to heavyweight. Because I do think they will do Jones versus Aspinall. I do think they'll fork over the money to Jones and make that fight happen. But yeah, I think he's probably trolling. But if he's not, I'm predicting a heavyweight move. And yeah, my computer's about to die, so I'm going to end this video here. I will see you soon. Little rant. I'll probably have another one in 3 days from now. So yeah, I'll see you soon.